Yo, what up? Good morning, GMG. Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Mando. Tyler, good morning. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing amazing, man. How are you?
Of course you're doing amazing. You guys are cooking. Jesus. Living in sunshine, cooking up like crazy on ETH. I love that. I am also doing fantastic. I gotta say this. Portugal is rubbing off on me, so I totally get why you. I understand now. You know, Tyler, how Mando always goes, "I'm fantastic." I'm starting to get it. You know, like I really fucking get it. You know, it is a good life here. Tyler, big 40. I want to see some GMs. I want to see some happy birthdays in the comments. It is your beloved Tyler Didit's big birthday today. I want to see the comments go off. I want to see everybody shout happy birthday to our boy Tyler. Tyler, good morning. You showing up on your big birthday. How you doing today?
Yeah, doing great. It's the 4-0 milestone birthday here. It's been a great one. It's been had a fun time celebrating with friends this past weekend. We're gonna do some family stuff today, and then a long weekend with the family for Easter here this weekend. So excited and hoping we get a little fart coin around to $1 to punctuate the birthday.
I was gonna ask you what your one wish is for your birthday. I was hoping it was pups related.
You're my favorite boomer, Tyler. You're my favorite boomer.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. You know what you are? Yeah, I guess you are now. Is 40 now officially boomer territory?
I am still a millennial.
That's what he said to himself when he woke up this morning.
Yeah, you're still a millennial.
You're still a millennial.
So now spending more time adding that to my daily routine. Yes.
Dude, you're like exactly bootleg Bruce Lee saying Tyler's our big uncle. Uncle Tyler. Exactly. That's no, boomer is 1964 last year. Well, you know, you are a millennial in like regular terms, but in like crypto Twitter terms.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm 30 years old and I feel like a boomer, you know?
What's so funny about like it was NFT started this way and then kind of crypto. It was like it was like high schoolers and 40-year-old dads. And like it really is true. And then like you've got folks in the middle, of course. But there's a lot of dads out there regarding this stuff.
Dude, listen, puts food on the table. Probably more food on the table that the average regular job. So I don't blame you. You guys are cooking. So listen, big happy birthday to Tyler showing up today on his 40th birthday. Hey guys, if you want to do Tyler a favor, I heard if you send pups back up to $1, you know, it would make his life incredible. So I absolutely love that. Anyways, today on the show, aside from it being Tyler's birthday, what do we got? Market report. The market's looking good, same as yesterday, but we'll chit chat about that. We got Tyler's top 1,000. Let's see what he's got for us today. Looks like there's still a lot going on. The space is thriving. We've got, and at the end, we've got a big guest coming on, the founder of Wallet Connect, who's also a partner of ours, not only on the show, but also on Myriad, which, by the way, we'll talk about this in a minute, but with the open they just got on their token, it looks like we're giving away $55,000 on Myriad Markets for participating into a free prediction market. Yes, free.com. It costs $0 to use Myriad, by the way. Surprise. So the people got ahead. Congratulations, because there's 36,000 participants now on this on the contest. So it looks like there's a lot of money up for grabs. And speaking of money up for grabs, Yeet, our other show partner, Yeet, not one, but two winners today. We're going to give you guys $1,000 each to gamble with. The minimum you're going to walk off with looks like it's going to be about $500 each. So we're already going to give you guys some money, but also no maximum. So you never know. Let's play some lamb chop later and check it out. For that, you do have to sign up using a referral code. All the details on the FOMO Hour account. And what I'm going to do in a second here, once I have my hands free, I'm going to pin the tweet so that you guys can easily. I got it. I just pinned it. There.
Rafflebot's working, so we go back to the same system, but you've just got to put your Yeet username in. It will pick you from there.
Let's fucking go. Rafflebots. We saw some complaints earlier. We fixed it. Shout to DGen Ty. So just go to rafflebot.xyz and sign up. But I also, pinned the stuff on top. So looks like we'll pick 2 people on Rafflebot to come and gamble on stage with us. That'll be fun. And as usual, this show is powered by, there's only one ad read now. Shout out to our fallen soldiers. We do want to thank Galaxis. It was an incredible run. We loved working with you guys. Can't wait to work with you guys again in the future. But this show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is the connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto as recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. But anyways, Mando, let's see what you got for us today.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
Yeah, GM everyone. I think it's one of these days where we're just higher. Everything feels okay. Like, definitely just feels like a continuation of what we were talking about yesterday, in that people are generally less bearish about just the rhetoric coming out from the trade war stuff, and that's generally been taken as positive for crypto. So the only thing I've been looking at has been the 10-year, and that's also lower, which has been good for markets. And Bitcoin kind of hit out 86.5K just before we went live. So I think it can go quite a bit higher, if I'm honest. I do think that Bitcoin here is going to push on towards 90K, and maybe even above that here. I do think it's in its sights. In terms of L1s, which are doing well, Hype's obviously continues to be one of the stronger L1s. Solana's back to 133, which is doing well. But Bitcoin dominance is still, where is it now? 64%. Every day it's higher. So it's still a Bitcoin market here. Tough to beat Bitcoin performance, that's for certain. This week is a little bit light on like stuff that can derail us because it's Easter weekend. We don't have a ton that's gonna affect us. So like, it could just be a quiet rally, little Easter rally for us, I think, which would be quite nice. Bearishness in this, in the stock market and generally in markets has been pretty high. So without news that will take us lower, and really all that news would be something really bad, because I don't like really cataclysmic is what I'm saying, because I don't really think people's paying that much attention to some one-off comment from Trump at the moment, or at least those dips are being quickly bought. So I think we have a little bit of a low volatility rally on our hands here. That's my gut.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. I don't have headphones today. So it looks like the market's doing good. You absolutely love to see that. So Bitcoin's 86K. Love to see that. I like the Easter rally thing here you got going on. Looks like the little Easter bunny's coming for us, and Easter bunny hopefully likes to fart. So we'll see what happens there, because that's for Tyler's birthday. So there's not much more we need to go over the market. Just quickly, question for you. I was thinking about it, Mando. Do you think the market is a little bit over the whole Trump headline tariff war thing right now? Because it was an aggressive pullback last week across the board, right? I think it was historical dips on NASDAQ and S&P.
I think they're not really. The tariffs still, I think, could point us towards a recession, and I don't think bond yields are out of the woods. But I do think that people are discounting Trump's statements a bit more than they were before, and that's what I've been saying. Like, ever since he had to like basically walk it back for the bond market, I think everyone kind of said, okay, well, this is actually pretty good now. Crypto can start to correlate way more with gold again, because you're not going to have this like vicious sell-off, and positioning was very light kind of across the board in risk assets. So strong period. You've also had like the dollar continues to be pretty weak. And that's a little bit perplexing because bond yields are high. So yeah, that could either point to other countries forcing it lower and selling their reserves. But that would normally mean bond yields going higher, or it can point to a slight loss in US hegemony here. And I think a part of the narrative is that the US slightly hurt itself with this. And I think that's why you're also seeing things like gold and Bitcoin react slightly better, because they're seen as more decentralized, or not tied to any one government.
Okay, yeah. I was just wondering this yesterday because I'm like, well, technically, this trade war is not finished, but it looks like the market's kind of shaking it off a little bit. So I was wondering, because a lot of people are scared about what happens if there's more headlines. Have you guys been following what's happening on TikTok with like Chinese TikTok?
Well, the luxury goods stuff. Yeah, it's
Like,
kind of wild how cheap all this stuff is.
there's like, I've been sending everything to Vanessa. So like every time there's a thread on like this Hermes bag actually costs like $1,200 to make. I've been sending them all, and then she goes, "But baby, it's the brand value. You can still resell it. It's the same as your watches." I'm like, "No, actually, my watches are made in Geneva by hand, but there's a difference. There's a difference,
Well,
mama."
you go to India.
But
When I went to India, I realized how much was made there, and it's just wild how cheap it is compared to what.
so basically, Chinese TikTok has decided to go on a war against the terrorists by explaining how every single LVMH, non-LVMH brand, luxury good, Hermes, Cartier, whatever, makes their goods, but even their scents. So they've been like doxing all of their like Hong Kong suppliers, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, like they've just been full on doxing exactly how they make them. And it's actually been hilarious. So I was just wondering if you guys saw that because that was so funny. This whole like war that was taken to TikTok. Tyler, sure they've seen
LVMH
that.
actually did their results yesterday, and they're not good. Luxury companies at the moment have been really badly hit because of the loss of wealth really in China before this, and then the trade war was meant to really hurt them too. So a lot of those luxury stocks are down a lot.
Yeah.
But I is not having a great time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Coachella. This headline was going around yesterday. 60% of Coachella tickets were bought on buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
I mean, great.
People still go to Coachella?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was a big people may not know this about me. I was a big music fest guy in my early 20s.
Really?
Didn't make it to Coachella, but Austin City Limits, and then
Been there.
of course Chicago. I'm totally blanking. Lollapalooza. Lollapalooza several times.
Rolling Loud, right?
Lollapalooza is the big one.
Oh, Lollapalooza. Yeah, of course.
But I never bought them on buy now, pay later plans. I can say that.
I mean, back in your days, I don't think that existed, right? So,
Back in your days.
Oh, come on. All right, get all the age jokes out now. Didn't have credit cards back then.
That's not nice. It's the guy's birthday. That's not nice. It's not nice. Bonnaroo, Electric Forest. So you guys have everything. Dude. We gotta go. Tyler, Mando, we gotta go to like a festival together at this stage. I know Mando's a big festival. He was a festival guy. Now he's got kids.
So Portugal has some pretty wild festivals. There's a festival out in the woods in Portugal, which is like a 1-week trance event. It's like one of the best known, and everyone just goes to like a lake with some, I forget the name of it, Boom Festival. I think it's called Boom Festival.
Okay.
And you go there and take a bunch of acid with like 20,000 people. Very famous festival.
Fun.
So
Not too much in the acid, but that does sound
Boom
fun.
in Portugal, really nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, there, Boom in Portugal. There you go. Dennis in the chat looks.
In July, we can go. We could go. It's probably one of the most famous like psychedelic festivals in the world.
I'm in. Let's host a FOMO hour from there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Wow.
not. Maybe not. We'll do the F1 thing with Gate instead. Let's avoid hosting from festivals. Anyways, yeah, I do love concerts and everything.
Can you imagine us doing it live from Boom Festival? 40,000 people.
I mean,
it's easily in the middle of nowhere in Portugal.
This would be tough. I did host one FOMO hour with no sleep off of a bender one time.
Wow.
Multiple times.
That was back in the days when I was sub 30. I'm 30 now. Okay, I'm a very serious man now. I'm a president now. I got to be more careful here on camera. Anyways, let's move on to Tyler's top 100.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO hour cause the kid can't miss.
Ready to patch some barriers. Yeah, crypto majors mixed on the day. Bitcoin still outperforming. Not a whole lot of big macro headlines coming in on the day, though. We did see that Bo Hines interview with Anthony Pompliano get published, going around around the horn. And they're saying that the Trump admin is exploring ways to buy Bitcoin. including potentially using tariff revenue along with revaluing their gold stores to potentially exchange for Bitcoin. So I think we'd heard a little bit about that before, but Bo is continuing to reinforce that. We saw Kraken. Big news. They launched their zero commission trading for 11,000 stocks and ETFs alongside crypto. So they're taking aim at Robinhood. Canada, getting ready for those Solana ETFs, ready to launch tomorrow. April 16th, go live. Those SOL ETFs will be live.
Oh, Canada.
Visa is joining the Paxos USDG stablecoin consortium alongside Robinhood, Kraken, and Galaxy, becoming the first major TradFi firm in that network that shares yield for their stablecoin. Tether said it's going to throw resources behind Jack Dorsey's Bitcoin miner Ocean. Some new CeFi centralized finance lending market data shows around $10 billion in outstanding crypto loans compared to $35 billion at peak in 2021, showing perhaps where we are in the cycle, maybe a little bit earlier, though the CeFi plus DeFi total is closer to 40 billion. And then this argument continues going around. Vitalik says pump fund is bad. Jesse Pollock comes out and disagrees, arguing that it's a nascent form of content moving on chain, kickstarting once again a larger debate if pump fund is good or bad. In token airdrop and protocol news, OpenSea introduced Solana token trading live on its platform for select beta users, with Solana NFT trading coming soon. That was a big one. Jupiter introduced Jupiter Pro, offering real-time data, new defaults for quick buys and currency, a fresh token terminal, 10x lower fees, and more. Wayfinder announced that the prompt distributions for those cashing Prime will take place every Thursday. So there will be weekly token unlocks for prompts for those cashing Prime. The Wallet Connect WCT token became transferable this morning. It opened up at around a $350 million FTV. I think it just went live on Binance. I think I saw that headline come right before we went live. It was a big day for our guest here. The restaking protocol Kernel DAO launched its Kernel token. That opened at a $320 million FTV. Then Yeet crossed $20 million in lifetime volume yesterday, just 4 days. So that's some pretty quick
About to hit 25.
Yeah, $5 million a day.
Damn, bro. I just want to hit that one angel investment like Matt Wong and ByteDance, where he turned $50,000 to $500 million. So, Mando, the ball is in your court.
I'll see what I can do. I had 18 calls yesterday. I counted them all at the end of the day.
Jeez.
How is that normal?
Yeah, Mando's in trouble at home, guys. Mando's in trouble.
Yeah.
That's on top of two shows you did yesterday?
No, I counted one of the shows as a call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do the same thing. These shows are video calls. Anyways, Tyler, I mean, where do we start? Look, macros, whatever, kind of unchanged, untouched. The market's kind of sideways. It looks like we're ranging really in this like 84, 86 range on Bitcoin, guys. And like Solana's kind of like 128, 135 sideways. I wonder what it would take to break us out. Like, do you guys think like this, a headline like a China, USA agree to whatever the fuck would take us like 100K? So
there's a headline out 5 minutes ago, which is EU expects US tariffs to remain as talks make little progress. Bitcoin dropped 0.5% on the back of that.
It's nothing.
Yeah, I just feel like people are just going to fade all these headlines. I genuinely think that. I think people just don't care.
I think we've seen a little bit of progress on the China communications. I mean, I think it's going to be a long road. It's hard to see how anything.
It'll be years. That's my view. I genuinely think.
But there are a couple other wild cards, right? I mean, you've got big companies like GameStop. They start bidding. I think there's some folks out there think they were maybe bidding yesterday. And then any additional news on this Bitcoin reserve? I mean, that 180-day clock is ticking. And I think Bo referenced that in his conversation with Pompliano. He said specifically that 180-day landmark is on the horizon, and they're actively working on their plan. And I mean, he went as far as saying like, he wants them to buy. He wants the U.S. to buy as much as they can. Of course, it's not just his decision, right? There's a whole lot of factors, a lot of politics that's going to go into that. But the tariff revenue is going to be there. This whole gold revaluing is a very interesting one. So I think that's another factor here to watch in the near term. I think more people are getting more casual investors are getting into Bitcoin. Like, I'm seeing that in more personal conversations. I was at a kid's birthday party this weekend, and another dad was kind of asking me my thoughts and said that he's been kind of secretly investing some of the family funds into Bitcoin. Maybe his wife didn't want to know. But I'm seeing more of that out there, and it's becoming more normalized. This morning, Pomp was on Squawk Box and on CNBC, and they were having a very serious conversation about Bitcoin versus gold. And Pomp was saying how gold typically outperforms, Bitcoin rallies 100 days later. And they weren't just laughing it off, right? They're taking it very serious. And it feels like Bitcoin has a serious seat at the table right now.
I mean, that's kind of what we all kept talking about when the ETFs were getting slowly adopted, right? We're like, it's going to take a bit, but Bitcoin's finally going to have a big seat at the table, right? And then the rest of the market kind of follows. So as long as Bitcoin keeps going and keeps doing well in this environment, which it is, like we got 2 headlines back to back, which is like EU thing, and then like the Prime Minister of Canada's like, President Trump is attacking our sector, auto sector. We can't provide guarantees for every situation. So he still wants to go at it, yet Bitcoin's still kind of like chilling at that 85,000 USD range. So it looks like as long as Bitcoin stays strong in this market like that, you're good. I mean, if you have the perfect barbell portfolio, Bitcoin Fartcoin, which is not my barbell portfolio, sadly, which, I mean, if Fartcoin was a little bit lower, I mean, I'm looking at Fartcoin here. If we go a little bit lower, I think I might just dump all my Solana into that and just chill. But my sell and main go away will be allocate to Fartcoin. See you on my birthday in September. So it's looking at. But anyways, Tyler, what else do you have for us? There was other fun headlines though. Slow micro days, but more fun headlines.
A good segue into Kraken, right? So we're seeing this new trend of just commingling of all investable assets together. So Kraken launched US stock trading, going full TradFi mode, commission-free trading, 11,000 listed stocks and ETFs. They're rolling it out to just 10 US states and Washington, D.C. A full national rollout is coming, saying seamless trading between stocks, crypto, stablecoins, and cash, fractional shares on over 50% of listed assets. So you can't afford full share of Netflix, Tesla, you can go fractional. And this is all accessible via their mobile and pro apps. So, I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big move. And we've seen the more traditional players like Robinhood lean into crypto. Now we're seeing the more traditional crypto players lean back into TradFi. And it feels like they all just kind of want to be the everything app. It's a huge move for Kraken. I think it's a big unlock for them. Is Coinbase on notice a little bit? Right, I think the
They definitely are. Kraken is definitely coming for Coinbase's launch. I mean, you're seeing it in the marketing. They make fun of them online all the time.
So I think that's a potential impact here. And I mean, I do see this use case, right? I mean, we talk about macro every day, right? We have to, because crypto is so intertwined. But when you're talking about macro every day and you start talking about leading stocks, it just makes sense. Like, okay, now I have this one app where if I want to trade NVIDIA on this headline that they're going to invest $500 billion in infrastructure to build chips onshore in the US, maybe I want to go long NVIDIA. Now you can do that via stablecoins. Maybe you can sell some Solana to do that. Maybe you can sell ETH, because we know ETH's not going up too much anytime soon.
This is interesting for me because, like, I don't sell stocks. I don't think I've ever bought. I mean, I bought a stock, AMC and GME, in 2020 for the first time, and I never bought a stock again because I got into crypto.
I'm a stock investor. I bought GME
in 2020. I was looking for alternative ways of making money during COVID, and I got my hands dirty with some AMC calls. Actually, Mando, I had BlackBerry calls before, the whole squeeze. So it was quite early. Anyways, and then I never really touched it because it's really annoying to trade stocks in Canada, the way it's set up and everything. But if I'm able to do something like this, do you guys think this could actually be more dangerous for some of the top crypto coins? Like, what would you buy Ethereum if I can now buy the S&P 500?
This is the narrative I've been talking about for the last couple of months, is that the real issue is that a lot of these stocks and all the RWA trend is going to trade in dollars, I think. And there's going to be a question about, like, are these actually currencies or are they gas tokens? Is it more like owning Visa stock or is it more like owning silver or dollars? Do you know what I mean? Like, is it actually a currency or is it more about like the fees that the chain will make? And I think when I first entered crypto, it was like, you know, ETH is programmable money. That is going to be its own thing. Now, people don't really talk about ETH like that. I don't know if they talk about like the use of the chain, but like it feels as though stablecoins have become kind of programmable money here. And I think it's something that we're going to see grow as a trend, that people suddenly go, because stablecoins, they just keep on. I mean, it's well overtaken ETH's market cap now. In total, I think they could easily get towards even Bitcoin's market cap in the next couple of years. The total value of stablecoins.
I've noticed some personal changes in my own trading, whereas I used to always, if I would do like an NFT trade or a meme coin trade, I would just go back to the native gas token. But I've switched that. So like now, if I close a SOL meme coin trade, I'm swapping to USDC.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Similar, I was trading the Bitcoin on Abstract, swap to ETH to get out of it, and then straight to USDC. Now, like Jupiter, I don't know if you saw this as a part of their Jupiter Pro launch, you can change your default currency from either SOL or USDC so that you always swap back to that. So like they see the writing on the wall too, right? And that's a kind of a big change, because like I used to be 100% native token, would always just go to SOL. And that was even up through like January. Maybe I was just naive for doing that, but that was just kind of my native habits. And now those habits are changing. I'm probably not the only one.
Yeah. That's I started doing this in the last year, I'd say, and that's when I was trading really well. And I wish I'd done it earlier. You know,
I mean, maybe
when you have the money,
things, yeah.
Because if you hold the SOL or the ETH or the Bitcoin, you tend to dish it back in. But when you hold the USDC, sometimes, not all the time, you're a little more reluctant because you know what USD is. Because the things that you buy in every day, your phone and your computer and your rent, they're in the currency, right? So the biggest scam of 2021 was 1 ETH is 1 ETH. So, right?
That's true. I remember people don't say that often, do they?
When's the last time you heard 1 ETH is 1 ETH?
It feels like it's mostly sold in jest.
The job is around stacking ETH. People don't talk about that much anymore.
People don't talk about stacking shit anymore. Just Bitcoin.
Yeah, or
even
stables.
SOL. Yeah, stable. Yeah, stack stables. Stack USDT, USDE, USDC, USD1, USD2, USD3. Stack those. Anyways, Tyler, what else you got for us?
I think the other big news was out of OpenSea. So they launched Solana native token trading. So users can now trade any SPL tokens directly on OpenSea, coins like Bonk, WIF, Jupe, and others. This is clearly a part of their broader OpenSea 2 initiative, where they are trying to go multi-chain and all kinds of digital assets. This comes after, the Magic Eden acquisition of Slingshot news that happened last week. And it makes sense. I tweeted this morning out the relative volumes. I think we knew it was a huge difference. We're still seeing $2 billion a day in Solana DEX volume for meme coins. NFTs are like $4 million a day. So it's a 500x difference. Effectively, this is the only way for them to survive. I think it's quite notable that the three big, so Tensor, Magic Eden, and OpenSea are all doing this now. So it's pretty clear. What I didn't realize, and I'm surprised, if OpenSea has been touting this, I have been missing it. And I think my advice to them is they need to be marketing this more. Did you know you could do multi-chain swaps on OpenSea?
What do you mean?
Like I could trade AVAX to a Solana token in one step.
What?
And that's what I'm seeing in their UI. Now,
where is it?
Actually tested. So go to just click on a token.
I don't want to click on a token, then we're fucked.
It was just going
to go anime coin.
Yeah. So then toggle from ETH to like a different chains token.
Oh, so let's say like Anime Coin on Arbitrum to, let's go Avalanche. Let's say, okay, no, Barachain to Honey on Barachain. Ah, interesting.
So again, I haven't tested this. So in the comments, if you guys, if I'm misreading this, let me know. But this is what I saw this morning. That is a big deal. I mean, on
Interesting.
Uniswap, the only way you can do it right now is you can natively bridge on Uniswap, and then you can do a swap as a second transaction. But it's still 2 transactions. Then you have to go through the approval clicks, and it's a big pain in the ass. But it's an improvement from having to use a separate bridge app. And I mean, if you can actually, if they've abstracted that all away, I think that's a big win for their app. And I'm surprised they haven't been talking about it more.
Yeah, this probably has crazy slippage or fees though.
Maybe that's why, right? But like in the heat of the moment, like that, like I don't care about that. So like if I see a hot new coin on ETH that I want to trade, and all I've got is Solana, like I'm okay taking a bit of Solana to try to get it.
You can use like Relay. I see some people
only going to
commenting.
do that in a FOMO moment, right? Like
yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to look for the cheaper path.
Interesting.
Because it's all the question of, so like, okay, OpenSea is doing this, Magic Eden is doing it. Like, so what? Like, who is going to start trading tokens on their app and why? Right? It's like, what is the why for users to trade tokens on OpenSea? That's a real differentiator. So,
it's so tough being OpenSea where like every single thing they do, they get so much hate. Like, have you seen the comments on there? It's like, oh wow, finally, I can't wait to trade Solana NFTs, coins on OpenSea.
I mean, it's over the top, and then everyone's just like, the only token we want is the OpenSea token, and they always want to sell the second one. So
they've got to be one of the most hated companies in this stage. Oh my god,
pretty wild.
Yeah. So does that mean that when the coin comes out, it's gonna be a most hated rally?
It's possible.
Maybe. I don't know. What do you think their revenue is these days?
I don't know.
I think they need to show some. They need to be doing some token trading volume. I think they need to.
Yeah,
they're getting the NFT market share back, but again,
they are.
I mean, it's the share of a smaller pie.
Yeah,
looks like they're over 50% now. Wow, 80% of the trades in the past week. Oh, volume they've only got 37%. Interesting. Oh, the punks skewed that because there's that huge punks trade.
Yeah. How's that Punk's Bitcoin spread going?
Yeah. Let's go through the bags. Come on. So Punk, Bitcoin spread, Bitcoin, ordinals, maybe
Can you not bully him on his birthday?
Maybe some random Solana runner from the last day.
Yeah, we'll go through all this. Thank you for asking.
Fartcoin, Hype. Well, Hype less so since you sold it, but we'll come back to it.
Oh, that Punk's Bitcoin spread is not doing well at all. It's 69K floor for 85K Bitcoin.
We're down 25% now. I guess that's it's not what we wanted to see there, folks.
Man, Punk's being on ETH is starting to really, like, we asked the question, like, hey, is being on ETH weighing down the Punks? Like, it's really starting to.
I think about this a lot. I think that certainly is a part of it, but I think the reality is there's just not a whole lot of demand for these assets right now, because if there was, people would be buying them. And I think my current view is we're still not really that risk on. We need to see a more risk on crypto environment, and then I think people will go downstream more to punks and perhaps some of the NFTs.
Okay,
but we're not there.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not. So we'll see where that leads us. Anyways, you told me something about Canada and Solana.
Those SOL ETFs looks like they're going to launch tomorrow if all goes according to plan. So Canada leading the way again. I think they launched their ETH ETFs, I think, before the US did.
Yeah, they did.
If I'm remembering correctly. People were kind of tabling the SOL ETFs for the US to Q4. I don't know. I'm starting to think that maybe they get pulled up a little bit. This SEC has been acting pretty quickly. So I think that's going to be a big.
This is so funny. So it's going to be available in all of Canada except for Quebec.
Oh, boy.
I just saw that. It's hilarious.
And I haven't seen the relative volumes. I'm assuming that the Canadian relative volumes are a bit smaller.
It's tiny, bro. We have ETFs for everything before America. It's usually like Australia, Canada, like these two markets that have ETFs before the rest. Brazil, and the volumes are abysmal.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
We'll
this
take
isn't
it,
going to
though.
be something that pumps the price much or at all,
No.
but still, nice little headline for the SOL fans out there.
We definitely do like the headline. Anyways, I see Pedro's in the stew. We'll get to you in 5 minutes. But Tyler, what else you got for us? We got a lot.
That was the big chunk of it for sure. This new CFI lending data was fairly interesting.
Let's talk about that one. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get you the link here, just so you.
Yeah. I forgot who posted it. It was Oh, there it is. I found it.
Yeah, I think Nick Carter shared it. That's how it got on to.
I found it. It's here.
Across my
There it
desk.
is. Boom.
Basically, this is a look at credit in the crypto market, and this is the CFI plus DeFi lending. So that they tell a little bit of different stories. Looking at just the CFI data, we're 3.5x off the highs from 2021. So you could say, we're still potentially earlier cycle looking at this. But then when you comb through and you look at CFI plus DeFi, so the central exchange lending on top of the decentralized lending like Aave and other protocols like that, we're about like 50% of the way as high as we were in 2021. But of course, Bitcoin is much higher than, well, I guess it's not that much higher now. It's 25%. But you would expect us to potentially go higher this cycle than we did in 2021, right? So that isn't necessarily the ceiling. All about a way of saying perhaps there is more room to run this cycle, and that the top isn't yet in. So I think that's the bullish narrative that I've seen coming out of this one, and you can also see just the different players in this bar chart here as well, and what's changed from this previous cycle. So this is going to be a one to keep an eye on, right? No like immediate action that's needed to be taken on this, but just kind of keep an eye on the credit in this.
Interesting. Tether is the largest lender. Galaxy, Hardwood, Ledden, Coinbase, Maple Finance. These are some interesting charts.
Yeah, so here's the C5 plus DeFi. So this is like the more comprehensive picture. We're at 30 billion now. Got closer to 50 in 2021. I think I would expect us to go higher. Why wouldn't we go higher in this cycle? Though this pulled me. I was looking at the overall crypto market cap. Did you realize that we're lower than we were?
What?
2021 peak right now. I think
where are we at now?
Yeah, the broader crypto market cap is 2.68 trillion. It peaked at 2.86 in 2021.
And stablecoins are a much bigger part of that now as well.
Yeah, this is not great. Oh yeah, we are definitely lower. Look at this. Wait,
that's a little bit.
This
of a
is what the
I don't think
total crypto market cap chart looks like, and people were calling for us to go lower. We've pretty much hit that. That bottom point here. Get bullish. This is the bottom. This is the bottom of the second inning, guys.
It does feel funny right now. It feels like quiet. To me, it feels quiet. Mm-hmm. But it just feels like we're a little bit strong. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, we're waiting for people to catch up.
But that's the thing, Mando, right? But I think you've perfectly summed up the sentiments. It's quiet, but we're still at 85K. I mean, we still have a coin that's at $1 billion, like a fart coin type coin. Solana's 130, which is very low from its highs, but it's also not end of the world type of pricing. ETH is ETH. ETH is, it's terrible to see it at 1600. You hate to see it. Alts are also not great, but I feel like if this is going to be this floor formation, I'm really excited to see what happens in the second run here. You could argue that the next run is to 4 trillion.
Well, part of me thinks yes, just by looking at a chart, but also part of me thinks what I said before, which is that I honestly think the next stage of this is going to be stablecoins actually become a much bigger bit of the crypto market cap, and it doesn't necessarily lead to a rally in L1s or in a lot of other tokens. So I think that number can go a lot higher, but I think the composition.
I mean, look at this. You look at this chart, right? And it's tough to think we go low. I mean, okay, I'm always bullish. My name says permabull in it. But I look at this chart, even the rational side of me is like, yo, like, this is not where you short.
Yeah.
Looks like support, yeah.
I don't know. I'm feeling good about it. Anyways, the code today, it looks like, look, guys, it looks like there's quite a lot of bugs happening in Rafflebot. It's normal. We're setting up a whole new system. Remember the early Rollbit days were all over the place. But we're setting it up. So the code is yeet. We're gonna figure it out. It may break a little bit at first. We're sorry for that, but hey, we're gonna give you guys money 5 days a week. So if you show up every day like we do, then you're gonna have a chance. So just make an account on yeet.com. Make sure you use a FOMO Hour affiliate link. If you're using Wizard of Soho's affiliate link, I'm sorry about that.
He's doing fine.
If you're using Kook Capital's link, I'm sorry about that. If you're using Sims or Bernie's affiliate links, I'm sorry about that.
Whoa.
Whoa. You got to use the FOMO Hour affiliate link. And speaking of partners, well, we got one of our great partners on the show today, Pedro Gomez, the founder and CEO, right, of Wallet Connect. Pedro, good morning. How you doing, man?
Good morning. Founder and director, but yes, that's correct.
Director. Sorry, I know crypto has these tricky little titles.
We try to reinvent the wheel in every possible way that we can.
Yeah, I know, right? Core contributor. Yeah, okay. But just Pedro, man, it's a pleasure. I saw you last on the panel that we did together in Hong Kong. That was a good one.
Absolutely. No, a lot has happened since then, for sure.
Dude, you guys are cooking. Congratulations on today. You made it to Tyler's top 100, so that's a big deal. I opened the Binance price of Bitcoin, and there's a notification telling me that Wallet Connect is trading live on there. So I'm like, okay, these guys are doing something right. And then on top of that, it turns out that we're giving a lot of money on Myriad. So you're one of the top partners here. We've got a Myriad markets going on Wallet Connect. So the show is very familiar at this stage with Wallet Connect. I think we have 36,000 people participating in the market. That's 36,000 experts that have been researching and doing the numbers on all this stuff so they could predict right. But Pedro, aside from that, why don't you give us a little introduction of who you are quickly and what Wallet Connect is?
Yeah, so basically it all kicked off with me joining the crypto sphere. Like most of people, you're trying to learn how things work. And I was an engineer back in 2017, and I got super into Ethereum, and building wallets was the thing that really drew me the most. But it really wasn't working well. It was a very different world, 2017. So in 2018, I ended up building this solution that just made wallets work better. And the main problem that I had is MetaMask was just too dominant. And it wasn't even dominant just because it was the first mover. It's just the technology was biased towards one wallet. And that's not just how you build permissionless blockchains and competitive markets. So Wallet Connect came out as that solution. I thought it was going to be a quick 6-month project. It turned out to be a 7-year journey to where we are today. But I'm really happy with the journey, because honestly, the launch today of WCT in the exchanges, having more than 40 million users, with 5 million recurring every month, connecting more than 250 million connections, and flowing billions of dollars through Wallet Connect. It's crazy, that little project just kind of blew up out of proportion.
So this is a note to all the founders in crypto. This guy waited 7 years, 40 million users, 250 million total transactions to launch a token, okay? To do a TGE. So this is someone who really came in swinging in this industry and has built a product so this is pretty much anyone who interfaces with crypto, you could say, has somehow, somewhat used Wallet Connect, right?
Especially on mobile, like it really depends where you really like to interact on the blockchain. You know, for example, we have a lot of users that use Safe. You know, whether you use Safe for personal use or for teams, that all goes through Wallet Connect. Whether you use any of the mobile wallets, that all goes through Wallet Connect. And even sometimes you might not even notice that something uses Wallet Connect and it's using under the hood, because it's really just kind of creates this user experience that you don't need to think about, right? It has to feel like magic. It feels like magic, and that's why it works really well. That was always the goal. And one of the biggest challenge was when we actually announced the token in September, we realized that we now have a problem, that we actually have to explain how it works, and nobody actually knew how to work. So I'm really glad that like we have 36,000 people on Myriad Markets researching everything, because there's 36,000 people now that actually know how this works, and I'm really happy about that.
Dude, 380 million, is that, no, 38 million. 38 million
That-
plus.
Yeah, that should be 40 now. That's actually out of date. Yeah.
Can the devs please do something?
Yes,
Hello? We gotta
devs,
fix this.
please.
Come on, devs.
If they're watching, they should be fixing that.
This should be
by the next hour.
250. I did
Yes.
my research. Okay, there you go. And over 57,000 apps. So I mean, look at these names. You know what I like about you guys? You're one of those like sleeper products that like absolutely every single people use, and it's massive, but most people don't really know about it because it's more on the boring side. Like you don't really pay attention to
Yeah.
how things work. And so tell us more about like how does it work and like who's really building Wallet Connect?
Well, when you actually build an application, the first thing that most people do is actually install an SDK, you know, whether that's like Rainbow Kit, Privy, like Reown App Kits, Dynamic, like these SDKs kind of like abstract a lot of the complexity of building an app. And one of the key parts of building an app is actually you can't interact with the blockchain without the wallet. So this is where Wallet Connect really comes in. Because obviously you would imagine, oh, this is something that, you know, you just kind of like, it just works. But it wasn't designed like that. Like blockchain companies are focused on scaling and throughput and all of that stuff. Like wallets almost become like last thing that they actually think about. And obviously wallet developers, they have to compete for market share, and they are not also incentivized to work together. And this is where Wallet Connect really comes in, because it's not just interoperability, it's this diverse ecosystem of people working together for the same goal. And the only reason it works is because this infrastructure was designed in a very neutral and unbiased way, that it works with any wallets, without any preference, any blockchain without any preference, and with any app. So nobody can complain that someone is being favored over someone else. And that's what created this massive organic growth, where, you know, it started as an idea, but now everyone gets it, that this is a requirement to build on the blockchain.
And so, you know, it's, I mean, I was on the website right now. It said, you know, you guys just had the airdrop season 1, you know, 30 million users, 6,000 apps, 600 wallets. You guys have a huge ecosystem. So, and I was talking about how, you know, you waited 7 years to actually have a TG. So then why now, and like why do you guys need a token? Like where does that come into play?
Yeah, I feel like the first thing that you should consider as a founder is like, you know, don't launch a token if you don't have product market fit. Like you build the technology, you build an app, you build a wallet. If it hasn't actually got any adoption, and when I say adoption is like in startup world, you always explain product market fit as like there's just this invisible force that just draws you in. Like that was something that was very easily felt with Wallet Connect around 2020, 2021. Like the NFT market was just starting to come up, and like everyone just needed Wallet Connect for yesterday, you know? And this ended up kind of drawing a lot of resources. And that's actually when I did my first VC round, which was like, guys, I can't keep up with this. You know, this was like a hobby project of mine, and it got really out of hand. And now I actually need to hire people and build this infrastructure for the world. Like the world needs this, you know? And then it just grew completely like to be like this massive network. And then we realized that we have become a little bit too like the standard, in a way that like if we get shut down, everyone gets shut down. And this is not a good thing to be, you know. It does feel great, which is like we reach the scale, but at the same time, it's like can I sleep at night knowing that like if something happens, like people are not going to be able to connect their wallets? And this is where like decentralization started coming into picture. And I like to think that like there is also, after product market fit, there's token market fit, which is like when the market is just demanding that like I want to be able to use you without having the risks of actually you getting shutting down, or you just fail at your job, or you were sleeping, so things didn't work. And this is where we started like onboarding more node operators into the network. And obviously you onboard node operators, they need to be incentivized. And the best tool to keep everyone incentivized was the token. And so we really went into the last mile to actually launch this token, like when everything we didn't have any other resource.
I mean, this must have been big. I mean, Tyler, do you have some of the numbers, holders, etc.? Because that was a big that was a really big open this morning. I know Tyler was following it closer than me.
Well, I was looking at some of the network growth numbers from March and some of these new records. So let's just go through some of these. Total connections up to 274 million. That's up 18 million in March. Unique wallets up 5% in March from 40.7 to 42.7 million. Monthly active wallets up 28% year over year to 4 million. Let's see, integrated app projects up to 61,500. So the month over month, this continues.
I think that's what I really like about building like Wallet Connect. It's like we don't really feel bear markets. Like the demand for building blockchain is there. You know, like January, February, and March, everyone was like super bummed out, and the sentiment was super negative. And I really don't know what people are talking about. Like we just have so much work to do, and we have like so many people pinging us for help. And you know, builders are there, they're just quiet, you know, they're not in crypto Twitter like saying this is bad, this is good. Like they're just out there like really focused building, and the first thing that they come up is like, I really need Wallet Connect to do X, Y, and Z. So we just have like a lot of customer support.
Wow, this is sick. I mean, congratulations. How many people are working on Wallet Connect?
So across the Reown team and the Wallet Connect Foundation, we're over 50 people now.
Okay. Wow, that's actually impressive. I was expecting like 250 people. The 50 people with a company this big in terms of numbers, that's really, really impressive. So congratulations on that for sure. And then last question for you, Pedro. Obviously, we're talking about all this usage, all these connections via the network. So how much value is actually flowing through that network?
Yeah, this is something that we have had some estimations about how much value is actually going through the network. It's definitely like in the billions. Like the amount of like transactions that go through us is amazing. Like we have some estimates, but we actually haven't gotten a real amount. To get a perspective of why this is actually we have a very private network. So it's all end-to-end encrypted. So any information that we have around value is like self-disclosed. And this is something that like more app developers have actually started doing, self-disclosing, because it also provides them more insights over their user base. And through those insights, we actually have been able to see like that there's every month there's like more and more value. Like, so yes, like I said, like it's not just developers, it's actually users. And as you saw, like the number of connections is like growing. Like, so the number of connections now ranges around 20 million per month, which is like way bigger than the like 7 or 8 or 15 that we had like last year. So there's more connections. And one other metric that we noticed is actually not only we have more connections, we have more connections per user. So the average user used to connect like 1, maybe twice, and now we're actually going to the 3 times average. So people are actually doing more stuff. You know, it's not just like using one app, doing a swap or buying NFT. They're actually trying different things.
Wow, this is all super interesting. Like you guys have one of the best outlooks into the industry, right? So like I think people like beyond like the whole Wallet Connect pitch here, like people need to read between the lines. Like people love to complain about the market, usage, activity, price action, but there's more than just the price of crypto. Like you guys have literally so many users, and you're seeing these numbers go up. I think the most important, the best part of this, it says repeat users. So they come and they stay and they repeat activities. So they connect once and they're done. They're actually active and they keep on going and
Yeah.
going on. That's awesome. That's
And that's why I really like the monthly recurring users more
Yeah.
than even the 40 million. Like 40 million is cool. That sounds amazing. But like seeing 5 to 6 million active users like every month, like those are people that just keep coming back, you know? Those are actually like power users. They're there, they're here, and the number is growing. So it's not tourists.
I love that. Listen, Pedro, congratulations on everything. Check him out. WCT token went live today. You can also earn up to 150,000 Wallet Connect tokens up for grabs on myriad.markets. Hey, make sure you check it out. I mean, it costs nothing. And on top of that, you get to do research on one of the great companies in this industry. So Pedro, thank you so much for being our partner. And thank you for coming today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate it, man. See ya. Have a good day.
See ya.
All right. That was, dude, this is crazy. I was 215 million. Dude, that's transactions crazy. Fuck. Damn. That's actually nuts. I remember hearing this for the first time in Hong Kong, and I was like, what the fuck? Actually impressive. All right, Mando. Your time has come to shine. You no longer need to leave the show at the end of it. Keyboard Monkey was supposed to come, but he's not here. You're muted. He's already rugging.
He's coming, but I said Q2, so he's going to come now. Just posted it to him.
So what's the deal here? I know there's a lot of issues with not Wallet Connect, with Rafflebot.
Okay. So I'll
tell
bring
us.
KBM up at the same time. So
look at this, my favorite bear.
He's long. We're going higher.
No. He's. I don't believe
long.
it.
He's long.
You're long like 1 hour every 2 weeks.
Well, I had been long since yesterday or the day before. Days don't even fucking matter anymore. They just button heads together for me. Just some meetings.
Yeah, we're just 18 hours.
I really don't remember the day of the week anymore. As a founder, it's pretty crazy.
Dude, congratulations on your new art, KBM.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Founder, builder.
It's fulfilling. It's good.
I said that last week. I actually have not remembered going to sleep for about 2 weeks now. I don't remember being asleep. Just like, oh, I'm going to go upstairs. It's just like, no, just all is merged.
Yeah, it's cool though. I like
All right, Sims. How are we doing this today?
Rafflebot, there's nothing wrong with it. It's working fine.
Okay.
It's just, one, it's case sensitive, and some people are not doing it case sensitive to their username. We're going to fix that overnight. Okay. 2, some people have already used Mando minutes. They're still trying to connect up.
You got to make a new account.
3, a lot of people are using their wrong username. So we've seen some errors and some issues. That's on us. It's not Rafflebot. The other side is that we manually have to upload extra. As people join Yeet, like today, we can only upload them the next day. So we got as many as we could do today. We've still got plenty of people. We've got over 100 people in today. We're going to pick 2 and we're going to run it. I don't think if they're on stage, if they can come on stage today, we bring them up and we go with it. But because we didn't set it as a rule today, I think we just pick 2 and we just go with it. If they're here, they're here. Look, but going forward, people will need to come up and claim their prize as normal.
Yeah, of course. Look, like we said, this is day 1. We try things. What was Frank Digaz's famous line? We learn things. We try things. We do shit. We
and then
fuck shit up.
Points.
Anyways, so so who's doing the raffle though, Sims? It's you, right?
Yeah, I've seen like a massive spike in signups actually today. Like as the show
you're
was
welcome.
Well, that's the thing we've got, because those people that's like signed up in the last 20 minutes are not on the list that I imported earlier. So that's the issue that we've got.
If you guys have signed up using Mando Minutes ref code or Wizard of Soho or Kook, delete your accounts and make a. Sorry, man, I'm doing my job. Delete your accounts. Oh no, make a second account.
You don't want to start
a second account, right, Mando?
You do not want to start a war here.
Well, wait, they can make a second account, right?
Are you asking me?
Let's just do a draw. Let's just do a draw.
I'll ask KBM. Oh, there you go. Hey,
okay.
Mr. Tanovich.
Having it.
That's the first person.
Let's see if they're on stage.
You're on stage, Mr. Tanovich. Come up. Now we'll do the second one. Janovic's here.
Mr. Chanovich, request to speak. There it is. Sunny Days. I know Sunny Days. I've met her at the Toronto event. She rocks. And she's here too.
Sunny Days is here as well. Both here.
Oh, they're both here.
Oh shit, this is gonna be fucking fun, lads. Lads. This is gonna be fun. Okay. So since they're both here, we're gonna let them decide. So Mr. Chanovich, we'll go to you first. Sunny Days, we'll go to you second. Mr. Chanovich, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear anything.
Fuck yeah, let's go. No?
No, that was KBM.
Oh, it's KBM.
Yes. Sorry. I was like, I can't hear him.
Mr. Chanovich, you need one mute.
You don't have to, but
Yeah.
if you want, if they want to, then we have more fun.
They've unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Let's see. Oh wow, Degenti's in there already. So what are we doing? Are we doing?
Those
Oh, yeah.
tabs.
Look at
Hardcore.
that.
How many people have signed up using our affiliate so far?
Don't open it. Don't open it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can tell you on our back.
No.
No, it's fine. It's fine. All right, Well, since Mr. Chanovich looks like we can't hear them, we're gonna do what we set out to do first, right, guys?
So
Yeah.
bank 500.
So here's what we're gonna do, Mr. Chanovich. You're gonna make. You've already made $500. So what's for sure is that we're going to send you 500 USDC or however the money is in our account. But now what we're gonna do is you're gonna get 2 runs of lamb chop, $250 per run. But see, if they were there, we could try to
maybe-
different.
I think you do 5 100. I think you do 5 100s on easy. Also close the chat in the top corner. Make the screen bigger. Press the X.
Wow.
I think 250s. No, 250s.
250s on easy. See how far you can go.
Yeah.
Okay.
KBM can decide when you stop, or maybe.
I decide when you stop? Oh my god. You get sound for lamb chop? I
Yeah,
can't
get the
hear it.
sound going. Oh, can we not hear it?
I can't hear it. But,
Might be how the screen share is. It might not work on Farouk's side.
oh,
Yeah.
no. The sound.
When I have the whole man, can y'all stop asking me if a casino is available in the US and your location? You know what to do. Just take a flight.
we do not serve US users for that.
Yeah.
That. Anyway.
All right. So what difficulty we're doing it for Mr. Chanovich?
Easy, I think. Easy.
All right. The first one's on easy, so I go like this. All right. Click a multiplier to start. You guys ready? Do we go all the way?
You choose. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh.
So already,
Oh.
you want to take them?
Oh, wait.
Oh my god. Oh no.
All right. One more run for Mr. Chanovich.
Okay. See, you got to decide if you're gonna bank.
No, they've already banked $500, so they've
Yeah,
got to
they're
go
already
away.
banked. They've already banked. So are we
Oh,
just
hang on a
going?
minute. Hang on a minute. They're coming up. Wait there. They've just requested again. Let's see if we can get them for the second go.
Are we just going as far as we can go then?
Well, I kind of want him to.
I mean, you
come if
can't
he
really
wants
know.
to.
You either get all the way right or.
Don't do very hard. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
those,
Chanovich.
are,
Those
those
two
are not a
distinct
fun way
easy.
of playing.
Oh,
Too
he's
easy.
He's speaking.
Oh, sorry. Hi, guys.
What's
Hey.
up, Mr. Chanovich? What difficulty do you want your lamb chop at?
Lamb chop. What the fuck is that, man?
Can you
Pros
see
not
this?
watching.
Can you see the screen?
Okay, leave it on easy, and tell him the numbers as you go along, and you'll say
All
go
right.
again or bank it,
All right, you have $268.
bank it or go again.
Coinbase will be easier. Coinbase will be easier for sure when we get that back tonight.
Well, I'm
Again.
going.
Oh, okay.
You have 300. Go again or keep going.
No, keep going.
Yeah, let's go. And by the way, keep in mind that you've
That is-
already banked $500 cash.
It goes up by like $50, but like
Unless
yeah.
he wants to eat it at the end of this and go for it.
Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going.
What do I have right now? Yeah,
You are at 333.
You gotta tell him the next jump though.
The next jump is
374.
374.
Okay, but when do I go bust?
Oh, yeah, anytime. It could just die.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, let's go one more time. Last time.
Give me what's the max win though? Go to the max.
Oh,
win.
you could go to thousands.
Yeah.
The maximum in this
So
is
the max win-
$6 grand, is it not?
The max one is
Yeah.
$5,000.
Yeah.
You're at you've made 374. The next jump is 424. Do you want it?
Oh yeah, let's go. It's close to 420.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
he's got it.
Oh, he made it. He made it.
Oh.
Okay,
You made it.
420. The next jump is 484. Do you want it?
There's eyes in the bushes here.
Or do you want to bank it?
No, eat it.
Yeah. Well, what are you saying, Tyler, Amanda, or
I say you eat it. You go for it.
I think
Tyler,
one
what do you
more.
say? It's your pick.
You've already banked 500, by the way. No
So
matter
you
what
already
happens
banked
here.
$500. You've already made 500 for
already
sure.
banked 500? Oh shit.
this
Yeah,
is
let's
my-
not be greedy. I've been fucked too many times being greedy.
Oh, he wants cash.
Oh, you want to cash it?
I can go to thousands. Did you say?
Yeah, but you could also lose it.
You can also
You've already got
lose it.
500. Really, do you wanna-
If you right, okay, look at it this way. Okay, if you cash out
This
now,
is so
you're gonna make
messy.
900. If you want to keep going, you could make up to 1,000, but you could also die and make 500 only. So what do you want to do? Go for 1,000 or continue and chill?
No, I think this is actually chill. This is chill. Let's
Wow,
cash
very
it.
responsible gambler.
bank it. Yeah.
All right,
Let's see how
I've
far he
cashed
would
it.
have got. Oh, he would have got 700.
You would have only made
That's a
771.
good.
So
That's a
not
good
bad.
play.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it was a good, good jump.
So that is 900. He's won 924. I'll note that.
924.
yeah, $924 for Mr. Chanovich. All right, Sunny Days, how are you doing?
Hey guys.
Thanks, dudes.
Have a good one,
No worries.
Chanovich. All right, Sunny Days, I can hear you. Listen, you are just so
Do
you
you want to
know.
do risky click for this? Do you want to do risky
What?
click for this one? Do you want to do the
Sure.
risky click again?
Let's
Same
do
game,
that.
basically. Let's do
That's-
Lantern. Okay. Yeah, Lantern's
So,
easy.
Sunny Days, can you see us on screen?
Yeah, I have you in the live
Perfect.
and I've got the chat up here.
Okay, perfect. So just so you know, you've already banked $500. So congratulations. You already start with a $500 win, no matter what. Second of all, if you're watching with us, then you can tell us where to stop. So I'm gonna click on the first one. Are you ready?
Yeah,
All right. Bye. 268. Keep going.
keep going.
297. Keep going.
Yep.
332. Wait.
Oh,
Well, second run. Don't worry. You got a
Second
second
run.
run. All right. 268.
Yep. Keep going.
297.
I feel
Go
lucky
again.
about it.
What did she say?
She said go again.
All right. Let's
Oh, she kicked him.
let's go.
Killed it.
Killed
You're
it.
good.
Keep going or what?
My video lags. Yeah, let's keep going.
All right. Oh, I like you, Sunny Days. Whoa,
Oh, here we
374. Keep going.
Keep going.
Fuck yeah, I love this. We have a DJ with us. What do you feel like doing?
I'm gonna go again.
Yeah?
All
right.
Do it.
Let's fucking
Oh
go.
Oh
my.
yeah.
Oh,
Go.
now it starts to really
Is this
jump
the
in
barn? Are
price.
we going to the barn?
Yeah,
All right.
let's go.
Let's go
What did you
again.
say?
He said go
Yeah,
again. I
go
think.
again.
Go again. Okay.
Oh, this is a nice run. Can we cross the tracks?
Let's go again.
Come on!
Okay.
Okay,
You wanna
just
bank
let,
this or
let,
not?
let her know how much she's. Well, you can see, can't you? So
Well, she can see she's seeing us.
650.
I'm on my cell phone in my car, so I can't see.
Okay, so basically,
Crash.
He's done 3x basically so far.
you've made 650, but the next one is at 771.
It's so hard. Okay, let's do it.
Oh.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, shit.
All right, so
Okay.
you're at
God.
771. The next jump is 925.
Let's do it.
Oh my god, savage.
Oh
Scared
my
the shit
God,
out of
it
me.
did-
Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
What?
Oh my god.
So you're at 925. The next jump is 1,131.
I'm gonna bank it.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go.
Oh.
Good run. Good run.
well
Well
done.
played. Well played.
Let's see.
Good run. All right. So
Oh,
Holy
no.
fuck. No.
Death at the barn. Well, it's,
It's
still
okay.
pretty
She
good
still made her
run.
money.
Yeah.
So the way this works, guys, is it shows you how much you would have made, and that one would have gone to $5,000.
3,300. Died.
3,000,
5,000.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, it would
But
have
it's okay.
killed the man.
But that's okay because Sunny Days, she made what? Like a,
Just short of 1,500.
She banked
you almost made
500.
15. Yeah.
That's a shitty spot to die anyway, because you get to that last one more before barn, you probably would take that last jump.
Yeah.
Be a hero, then you die, and it was a good cash out.
Yeah.
So Sunny Days, listen, that was a smart bank. And by the way, I like her guts. She was really going for it. She made it past the railroad, which I never did. And she's made about what, $1,400. So look, day one on the show, and we're already giving away like $2,350.
Yeah.
That's
Do
not
it.
bad. Thanks, Mando. Thanks, KVM. Free
Thanks, guys. That was
money.
fun. Catch you later.
All right. That was a
was
lot of fun. Yo,
fun.
thank you, Sunny Days. Well, look, that was intense. We're gonna keep polishing this. I like the coin race, but I have to say, Lamb Chop on camera is a fucking movie. And with that, y'all, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.